Morning. Hello, student friends. I deem it pleasure, and we are also forced to come into contact with you during the second wave of COVID 19. Student friends, I heartily welcome to the online classes of BCom fourth semester students. Though exams are not yet completed because of the Karnataka State Road Transportation strike, some of the papers were postponed by the University of Rani Channama, but due to the spread of second wave of COVID, exams are postponed and reopening of the colleges for offline classes also not allowed by the government and university. But anyhow, to do justice to the students, college, university, and government made up a mind to reach you on online. All of your, I hope you noted the subject kept for the fourth semester of BCom. This is a non-CBCS syllabus, and I am going to deal with the subject Corporate Accounting Paper 2. This Corporate Accounting Paper 2, it was in the third semester, and the same paper continued in the fourth semester. During the third semester, this paper was entitled as Corporate Accounting Paper 1. And during the fourth semester, the same subject, continuation of the corporate accounting, this nomenclature is Corporate Accounting Paper 2. This is a practical oriented subject and core subject of the BCom fourth sem. Now I would like to bring you the nutshell of the syllabus of corporate accounting. As usual, the semester system, each subject is consisting of 5 units. Out of the 5 units, now I would like to bring to your notice that chapter number 1, or we may call it as a unit 1, amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction. This is a chapter. Amalgamation of what question comes? Amalgamation of companies. Absorption means absorption of companies. External reconstruction means external reconstruction of a company. So here, this first chapter and second chapters are named after the same. But why this is named after the same? The question comes. This is a huge chapter which deals with the companies amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction. But nowadays, there is a trend in the entire world in the corporate sector, mergers and acquisition. Generally, we call it as M&A, mergers and acquisition. You see now, there were 27 nationalized banks were there. Now, hardly 12 banks are there. In near future, 6 banks are going to remain. What does it mean? Banks are not closing, they are merging in other banks. Merging in a bank which is strong enough to absorb. Like that, there are two methods of amalgamation, absorption, and external reconstruction. Number one method is that merger method. So that is the first chapter. And second chapter deals with the purchase method. Therefore, to make it convenient, to make it light to the students community, we, the university authorities, bifurcated the chapter amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction into, based on their methods, two chapters: merger method and purchase method. Now let us come to the third chapter. Third chapter relates to internal reconstruction, and fourth chapter related to forensic accounting, a new accounting system launched, prevailing in the entire world, that is forensic accounting. And the last chapter, fifth chapter, is accounts of holding companies. That is what you call, in a nutshell, I would like to bring to your notice once again. This subject is related to only companies and companies. All chapters are related to companies only. No relation to proprietorial concern, no relation to partnership. Only company type of organizations are studied over here. Except forensic accounting, rest of the four chapters are problem based. Problems are to be attempted by you, and we are required to solve the problems based on the accounting standards, based on the accounting convention, based on the accounting principles. Okay, with this background of introduction of the syllabus, today I would like to start with a new chapter. I would like to select the chapter. Instead of selecting the first chapter, I am selecting the another chapter, the which is very important, and quantity wise also less, and quality wise also very important. I choose this chapter in the initial stage because less effort, more marks. From the examination point of view, if you study such chapters at the earliest, so that with minimum effort, you are able to gain more marks in the examinations. From that point of view, I have chosen the chapter also. Chapter internal reconstruction. Now let us understand what is internal reconstruction. The what is it? Internal reconstruction. Now let us study prelude. Then meaning, types. First of all, we are required to understand the reconstruction means what. Reconstruction of a company. Reconstruction means reconstruction is equal to reorganization of the affairs of the company. Why reorganization? The question comes. Because in most of the companies, if the financial positions are not proper, if the companies are running into heavy losses, if the company's assets are overvalued, then always the company must exhibit true, fair value of assets and liabilities. When assets are inflated, when accumulated losses are there, they are to be removed, they are to be write off. Therefore, one of the methods of removal of such fictitious assets, bogus assets from the balance sheet. Therefore, the one adjustment, that is what we call internal reconstruction, internal adjustment to make the company more valuable, more true, fair. So this is due to the, in why internal reconstruction? This is due to the overvaluation of what we call overvaluation of existing assets, or due to accumulated losses, heavy losses. But now the company is expecting that it could carry on the business profitably. Therefore, for this purpose, company decide to write off all the accumulated losses of the earlier years, including the fictitious assets, and also write off the overvalued portion of the other assets. So this process is called as reconstruction of the company. Now let us see what is reconstruction means. Reorganization of the companies. Now what are the types of reconstruction? There are two types. Two types. Two types. Into that, here external and internal. External reconstruction and internal reconstruction. Now let us understand what is external reconstruction. Before going to see in detail, to understand the concept of the internal reconstruction, let us understand what is external reconstruction. External reconstruction means it involves winding up of the existing company, means closing down of the existing company, transferring its assets and liabilities to the newly formed company. In the newly formed company, substantially the old company's shareholders are there. They are going to buy the, what we call, shares, debentures or assets, etc. Here, the accordingly all the losses and fictitious assets are removed, and only worthy assets and liabilities are recorded in the newly formed companies. However, to achieve these objectives, external reconstruction involves certain legal formalities in respect of winding up of the company and respect of formation of the new company. But it can be seen in case of internal reconstruction, the objective of reconstruction in case of internal reconstruction without winding up of the existing company or without forming of the new company, that is a very important uh, easy method of reconstruction of the company. Now let us understand. Uh, Let me repeat once again. External reconstruction means closing down of the existing company where accumulated losses are there, where inflated assets are there, where bogus assets are there. Where there is no possibility of adjustment internally, there and then the existing company shareholders and board of directors come to a conclusion that this company is to be closed, and the same management will form the new company and they take over the only true assets and liabilities. Then they run the company profitably. Now let us see here internal reconstruction. Internal reconstruction means reorganization of the affairs of the company by reevaluation of its assets, ascertaining the correct amount of liabilities, or writing off the accumulated losses by reducing the share capital of the company with or without the varying or changing the rights of the shareholders, but without liquidation of the existing company. The very important concept of internal reconstruction is that in case of external reconstruction, the existing company is to be closed. But in case of internal reconstruction, the existing company is continued and no legal formalities of closing and opening. Here, only the company's management will take the decision, board of directors, and accordingly they bring to the notice of the shareholders, and this is changed. Organization, internal organization is made, and some changes are made in the articles of association and memorandum of association. Now let us see. Here, the internal reconstruction or reorganization of the company sometimes involves the alteration of share capital. Okay. How alteration of share capital, that will be seen later on. But first of all, we are required to understand, to make ourselves clear about the internal reconstruction and external reconstruction. Let us understand the difference between differences or distinction. And so far we understood the meaning of the internal reconstruction and external reconstruction. To familiar with the both the concept, let us understand the difference between internal reconstruction and external reconstruction. Number one, internal reconstruction means reconstruction of a company by way of capital reduction, whereas external reconstruction means reconstruction of a company by way of acquisition of its assets. Number two, in case of internal reconstruction, neither winding up of the company nor formation of the new company. But in case of external reconstruction, existing company is closed and new company is formed. Third difference, internal reconstruction involves less procedural formalities, whereas external reconstruction involves tedious formalities of winding up of a company or formation of a company. Number fourth, in case of internal reconstruction, debenture holders, creditors may continue in the same company even after reconstruction. But in case of external reconstruction, debenture holders, creditors, if they want to continue, they may continue. Otherwise, their accounts are to be settled. And finally, the difference between fifth difference, that is internal reconstruction is a slow process since it requires approval of all creditors, shareholders, and the confirmation of the court is essential. But in case of external reconstruction, this can be brought about approval of the shareholders without much delay in carrying out the reconstruction of the company. With these few words, the difference between internal reconstruction and external reconstruction. Now let us go to the next aspect. Next aspect, the alteration of share capital. Internal reconstruction may take the form of alteration of share capital. The alteration of share capital of the company is governed by the Section 61 of the Companies Act 2013, a limited company having share capital, if so authorized by the Articles of Association, may alter the conditions as regards its capital clause in any of the ways. There are in all 5 methods of alteration of the share capital. What is the first method? The company may increase its share capital by issue of new shares. For that, there is one journal entry. That journal entry is bank or cash account debtor to share capital account. Second method, second way, the company may consolidate and divide all or any of the share capital into larger amount than its existing shares. Larger amount than its existing means increasing with a larger volume, large quantity, large face value amount. What is the journal entry? Share capital account debtor to share capital account. First share capital account debtor, that is old. Credit share capital account is new. Now let us go to the third journal entry, third method of capital reduction. The company may subdivide all or any of its share capital into shares of smaller amount. In previous transaction we have said larger amount. Here smaller amount. Larger to smaller. There smaller to larger. What is the here larger to smaller? Here also the same journal entry. Share capital account debtor to share capital account. Share capital account debit is old. Share capital account is credit is new one. Now let us see, sometimes share capital shares are converted into stock. Then what is the journal entry? The question comes. Share capital account debit old to stock account new. And sometimes unpaid shares are cancelled. Say for example, face value of a share is 100 rupees. Out of that, 25 rupees paid first installment, that is application money. Another 25 rupees first allotment. Another 25 first call, total 75. And final call not yet collected from the shareholders, that is unpaid capital. Now if the company wants to cancel this unpaid capital, there in that case one resolution is very much essential, and that is sufficient, and no journal entry is passed in the books of accounts of the company, because only cancellation, no receipt, no payment, therefore no journal entry. That we have to keep in mind. Okay, student friends, one should note here that alteration of share capital can be made by passing an ordinary resolution in the general meeting of the company. However, Section 95 of the Companies Act, the company has to give notice of such alteration to the registrar of companies within the specified period. Then the necessary alteration has to be made in the memorandum of association and necessary arrangement made in the articles of association of the company in this regard. In this case, the confirmation of the court is not necessary for alteration of share capital, but it should also to be noted that company cannot cancel the amount unpaid on shares already issued or agreed to be subscribed without the sanction of the court. Well friends, with these introductory remarks towards the internal reconstruction, what we have studied today, we have opened the chapter that is internal reconstruction. We understood what is reconstruction, and afterwards we understood the types of reconstruction: internal reconstruction, external reconstruction. In this chapter we are studying only internal reconstruction. Therefore, we understood the meaning of the internal reconstruction. Afterwards, we compared the internal reconstruction into external reconstruction. And internal reconstruction also takes the form of alteration of the share capital. And that is according to the Companies Amendment Act 2013. There are 4 ways. For 4 ways means 4 methods are there. For each method, one transaction is there. For each transaction, one journal entry is to be passed. And these are the some of the aspects we have covered today. In the next class, we will go for the some how to pass the journal entries in the books of the company. Thank you very much.